Hello, Kevin here. I have been paying for 2 phones for the better part of a year. This is a good way to start a video. So the thing about phones, at least in the US, I don't know if this is the case, if you're on a subscription plan, then you sign away that you will pay them a certain amount of money every year, and then in exchange, sometimes they give you a phone, or they give you a significant credit toward a phone for the privilege of knowing that they have your business, and that's fine. I decided that I didn't like paying the lots of money that I was paying because I'm not a phone guy. I don't phone. The only time when I really do want it is like if I've traveled and then I'm like, there's no Wi-Fi, I would like there to be Wi-Fi. Phone, can you please pretend that you're Wi-Fi, and then I will pay you an amount to do that. And the company that I was paying was like, no, or only a little bit. The other company was like, sure, I mean, you gotta pay us, but we're not gonna charge you ridiculously. And I was like, that's perfect. Normally, I'm not gonna use any of your stuff, but sometimes I want you to pretend to be Wi-Fi, and I will pay you to do that. But then there was the problem of telling this other company, who I promised that I would give money, that I didn't want to be giving them money anymore. Normally that's a problem, but the nice thing is that I had written on a piece of paper that I will pay for this long amount of time, and then you will give me a phone. And then at the end of that, I didn't get a new phone from them. So I was like, perfect. Now I can just not give them money anymore. So I went onto their website and I was like, I'm gonna not give you money anymore. And where's the button to do that? And I was like, oh, change my plan. We have a fundamental difference in what change means, because I think that stop is part of the holistic idea of change. They think that change means I would like to give you more money and you could give me more things. That's the opposite of what I wanted. You gotta actually like call them on your phone. Well, I can't call them from the new phone because that'd just be like insult to injury, like, hey, this is what phones used to. I'm calling you on my other phone that I'm not paying you money for. Ha! And then tell them things that would make them sad. I didn't want to do that. I'm scared about things. And the thing about calling and talking to a person who works for a company that wants you to give them money is that the company has given that person money to make you want to give the company money. It's a whole like love triangle of money. And the scary thing is that you get on the phone and they'll be like, you wanna not give them money? That's so sad. And then they'll send police sirens to screw up your video. And they'll be really earnest. Maybe you could give the company a little less money and they would give you the same stuff, and then everybody can still be happy. And I can tell the company that I got you to keep giving them money, and then I get money. And you have to say no to that. And then they go, well, maybe you could give them money and they could give you something else, because it's just like this huge Shakespearean tragedy that this relationship has to come to a close because you and the company have been friends for a very long time. And they will go through all of these things to try and help solve this problem. But I don't have. They think that there's a problem. I don't have a problem at all. I'm just letting them know I don't want to give you money. It's not a problem. I mean, I guess I should have customer support to help them. So I played this conversation over and over in my mind, like, how do I do this? Maybe I could be like a real jerk guy, temporarily. Be like, hey, I don't want to give you money anymore because you're stupid. And maybe then they'd just do things. And I thought, no, then they're gonna have to go, oh man, this guy's really upset. And on my watch, I'm gonna have to transfer him to another guy to talk this guy down. And so that work. And I was like, maybe I can be like, it's not you, it's me. I'm not a phone guy. It's just not part of my core being. But the problem is that it is the part of so many people's core being now that doesn't, it just sounds, nope. And so for the better part of a year, I've been giving money to a company to make my phone work and haven't been using the phone, which is dumb. And then finally, just today, just before I recorded this video, I found the number and I called on Google Voice, because that's not a phone. So it's not I'm calling you from the not what phones look like anymore. And I got all of those responses that I was expecting. And then finally, like on the third time, I said, you know, listen, I understand that you have to ask this. That it's part of your job. And if there's anything that I can do, like I'm happy to continue down this if it helps with, you know, quotas or anything. But you know, from my perspective, I'm not interested in re-upping my service. So I mean, this can, you know, if you need to pitch me again, that's fine, but it's not going to happen. And we're still sad, but they canceled it, and now I have one phone. It's a weird word to say. Cheers.